Good morning, dudes and dudettes. This is, of course, Light Liger here, and once again, we are living very exciting times. The crypto market cap has officially reached over 1 trillion US dollars, and that is 10th of the whole gold market cap, so we're closing in to bypass gold maybe even during this bull run. Who knows? I mean, gold is probably bound to increase as well. And obviously Bitcoin reached a new all-time high, sitting at 37.7k, and I think it's only a matter of time until we're going to be passing through 40k for Bitcoin. So it's been a pretty wild week. Everything looks pretty green, even XRP. And there's very few projects which are actually in the red, but when you look really the 30 or the 7-day charts, they are indeed green. But today we are going to be talking about upcoming coins, because a while ago I did a poll on YouTube asking you guys which type of a content would you like to see more, and the two most requested things were upcoming token and coin sales and launches, and earning platforms, which we have actually covered quite a lot in the last couple of days with, OnePlay and faucets and etc. So today we're going to be focusing on some upcoming coins and tokens, which are going to be having different types of launches. Some of them are done through private sales, some are public, some are going to be through yield farming, and it's really up to you to do the research what is going to be the distribution. But the thing that is similar between these 5 projects is that none of them are launched yet, so you can get indeed actually early. But before we jump into the actual list, I do want to tell that I have now opened my merch store, which is called Crypto Citadel Clothing. The reason why I didn't go for Light Liger clothing is because there's going to be a lot of branded products here available from different blockchains, kind of tailored for general blockchain fans out there, not just for my fans. So I have obviously released some of my Light Liger designs, and also the Wuhan Fried Bats designs are also released. And there's going to be a lot more designs coming, more coin specific. And if you want to support my work, you can grab a couple of t-shirts, or maybe you buy a mug or something. Everything really helps out in the long way. But you can find the link down below. But let's get into the actual list. So the first project here is called Kim, and this is actually by Kim.com. And if you have lived under the rock for the last, 30 years, Kim.com is the creator of Mega Upload, and obviously he had a lot of problems with that with the United States and etc. But now he has been, and it's been known that he has been working for a crypto project for some time now, and he is building this thing called Kim, which is basically an ultimate content monetization system. And basically it is a way for people to upload their content into a publishing platform, such as mine. Can be articles, can be music, can be videos, pictures. It works like, it would be an OnlyFans type of a platform as well. And basically, this will be run through crypto. So you have the option to, it's being kind of theorized that it's going to be through Bitcoin Cash and also their own coin, which is Kim. Remains to be seen if Kim is going to be a privacy coin. This is going to be a very privacy heavy based platform. That's something that they kind of talk about mantra here. Kim.com has been general very privacy heavy, pro VPN, that type of stuff, and he's all for the freedom and etc. And it's going to be a very interesting platform, and because you have some big names behind it, I think it has a bit more legit chance of actually maybe doing something in this space, where we have kind of seen a lot of these decentralized iterations of these media platforms, but none of them really have taken off. I mean, you have things like BitChute, but it's not like a place for a content creator who wants to generate revenue. You can't make any money on that platform. And then you have things like Library, which is pretty good, but maybe not so normie friendly, but it has been a great revenue source for me at least. And they are going to be bound to have some type of a testing happening or launching in Q4 this year. And there's going to be a Bitcoin Cash integration in Q2. Now there seems to be some type of a testing phase currently. There's a white paper which goes into a lot of the things. There's big Bank to the Future Capital, Bitcoin Capital by Max Kaiser, a big name. So you have people involved in here who are going to be bringing legitimacy to the whole project, and it can be very, go-to-go platform for alternative people who don't want to be on YouTube or something. But it remains to be seen how it's going to be turning out. I'm very excited to use the platform once it actually comes out. There's also a white paper out which goes more into details about this project and the publishing platform and the payment engine. There's going to be a Visa integration as well, and a lot of things, and this kind of goes into a lot of the current economy and everything. One of the problems that I do see with the kind of the project is that if the Bitcoin Cash is going to be that payment method, it's better than Bitcoin because it's faster, and it's not necessarily faster, but it's going to be cheaper option. Nobody's going to be tipping in Bitcoin after all. But how much people are going to be willing to pay content and buy content with crypto remains to be seen. I mean, ask Pornhub. They probably know right now after being deplatformed by Visa and all the other fiat gateways. But in general, yes, I think that this is a very exciting project, very ambitious, and it's only a matter of time until we're going to be seeing how it will be playing out. But very risky investment, obviously, but it could be the next YouTube then again, or the decentralized YouTube, so that's something to really look out for. Now, let's move into the next project on the list, which is Bridge Mutual, and this is basically an insurance project, and insurance is something that is likely going to be having a pretty big focus in this year. That is said by my colleague Elio Trades, and I kind of believe in his consensus. I think the NFTs are probably going to be going through some type of evolution this year. We're going to be seeing some focus on layer 2 stuff. I mean, it seems that there's a lot of reluctance actually adopting it on the exchange level. And I don't really know if people are going to be up for it. This is going to be messy. So Polkadot and Cardano might just sweep the whole market, and Algorand and Tezos, who knows. So, but anyhow, I think insurance platforms are going to be doing well. There was a one just today which went like 1,800 up. Let's see actually where it is. I think it was somewhere here. Okay, I can't see it anymore, but it was insurance or something like that, and it did really, really well. So what I'm saying is that these are going to be very popular, and this is going to be on Ethereum, and basically it's decentralized, it's transparent, blah, blah, blah. Also, it's going to be on Polkadot. So the bridge is built on Polkadot, that is. I think it's going to be on Ethereum as well. No KYC, which is good. Then there's the governance token that are going to be released, which is the BMI tokens. And there seems to be a team who also is transparent, so this is just not no names or anything like that. So that is pretty good. So we have a real team. It's not anonymous. There's a white paper available. Or actually, no, there's a pitch deck thing. And I've heard some good things about it from my colleague. And it's something that you should definitely look into. I see this investing thing just booming up, and some of these, at least one investment, sorry, not investment, but insurance token or coin is definitely going to be happening and going into top 100 for sure, because people want to be preventing these scams happening. So this is going to be very exciting what they're basically building. But let's move into our next project, which is Bifrost Finance. And there is another project which is using the Bifrost name, which is really sad that these types of happen where people have literally the same name. But the tickers are different. I think that is BFC and this is BNC. So we're going to be talking about the BNC here today. And this is also Polkadot. So general thoughts on like this year in general, or Q1 and Q2. It's really hard to like predict so like further on in this space because so many things happen. But a lot of Polkadot projects are going to be going up, and that's just my consensus. I believe that. And anything that has, anything that is a parachain should be a good investment for the most part. It can't go too wrong, in my opinion. Now, Bifrost is basically designed for staking liquidity. So basically, there's a bridge that goes into, having those staking tokens go into Bifrost, and then they can be put into DeFi, exchanges, dApps, cross-chain, etc. And then there's like a representative token of that. And basically staking and DeFi combined. Getting the double rewards, obviously, hedging it against inflation, devaluing actual staking assets. So there can be a lot of coins which are staked base and they just keep losing their value quite drastically over time. It's just something that really happens with a lot of very high percentage staking coins, not necessarily something that has around 12% and below. And basically, transparent governance, cross-chain, the pitch lines, and here's kind of like explaining a bit of the parachains, how everything works, and going through the base layer protocol into the Bifrost, basically. So that's something. And there's a bit of an extensive roadmap going into what's happening and what's going to be happening. So there's going to be, or I guess the security audit has been done already. I don't know if these are being delayed. The mainnet is going to be launched, and the auction page is going to be happening Q1. Polkadot slot is going to be auctioned. Support slot auctions. Support for DOT, Kusama, Ethereum, and EOS. And in Q2, we're going to be seeing dApp grants, V-token listings, V-token statistics, supports for Cosmos, Algorand, and One Harmony. So pretty good roadmap, I would say, is concise plans and adaptations there. Supporters includes a bunch of different companies which I never heard about. I know Consensus Labs, so I guess that's one. There's a lot of these, and maybe I've seen these long hash ventures before, but there seems to be investors behind. They also have gotten grants from Web 3.0 Foundation and Bootcamp and Substrate Builders program, and cooperation with a lot of pretty good wallets here. So that is good. So overall, a very promising project because it's on Polkadot, and they are building something which is not exactly like super proprietary. There are a lot of kind of similar types of projects, but they're kind of on Ethereum. So this is kind of like more on the Polkadot's chain. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to be panning out, but I'm going to be looking forward to it very, very much. But let's move on. Now we have Flux Protocol, which is going to be open data protocol providing on-chain data for any asset, commodity, or event. Easily connect Flux with an open source JavaScript SDK. I think that is a software developer kit. Yes, I got that right. To enable scalable and permissionless data. This is basically built on Near blockchain, Ethereum. I don't know what the Rust programming language is, and React, I think neither that's a coding language. And basically Flux is, something that's going to be launched soon, to my understanding. In January, I think I remember reading about it, and this is going to be, it's not exactly an oracle, but off-chain data, all these types of things, like having these things interact with each other is going to be very important in the future. Is this one going to be exactly the one? I don't know, because it really goes into a lot of like what the developers are going to be choosing. And I don't necessarily know how to tell people like, oh, this is what developers like to use as a coding language, and this is the most convenient thing for developers. So you would probably have to ask for more of a developer opinion about the actual coding side of things. But I think in general, like, this seems a pretty decent project that could amount to something, but it could be definitely maybe the weakest link also in this 5-coin list that I've compiled today. And the very last project on this list is called Karora, which exists on the Kusama chain as a parachain. And basically it's a sister to Akala, which I've talked about in the past, which is another one I kind of both of them are gonna be very big players, I think, in this whole Kusama and Polkadot, you know, ecosystem. So Akala and Karora, sister networks, and these parachains are gonna be doing a lot of things. And this is another one that basically allows you to bond your KSM, which allows you to basically get this crowd loan thing started, where you can participate and get the actual token. And I do definitely recommend keeping an eye on the Akala. I think that's going to be kind of like the DAI stable coin of the Polkadot ecosystem, and there's going to be a lot of things you can do with it, get pretty good interests on it probably. I can see multiple different ways where it's going to be backed by Polkadot and Kusama, and this allows you to get like, what, 11% interest on everything. But yeah, definitely that would be my last on this list. But thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next video, whenever it may be. Until then, see you soon.